What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel and you receive any value while watching any of our videos, please reciprocate that value by at least liking the video. You guys know how this ecosystem works, and if you think we delivered some key info or insights that you didn't already know, then go ahead and subscribe. If you want to see some of our older videos that are too hot for YouTube, click the link in the description box below. Without further delay, let's get started. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive into the article. The headline reads, Cox slows an entire neighborhood's internet after one person's excessive use. They go on to say the company slowed upload speeds from 35 megabits per second to 10 megabits per second. All right, pause right there. This headline in one sentence tells us all that we need to know. I could end the video right here because we already have enough to confirm what we already suspected. I think this type of revelation exposes just how incapable our internet infrastructure really is. I said in a previous video that I don't think ISP's systems can handle 100% of its customers streaming at the same time. There should be some type of law that states that if the company cannot deliver what it originally promised to all of its customers without fail, then they must turn customers away when they reach their operational threshold. This will give birth to a new batch of internet service providers who are more eager to serve their customers and be legally obligated to hold up their end. Back to the article. Cable company Cox Communications is slowing internet speeds of a whole neighborhood if one resident is a heavy user, Ars Technica reported. Cox confirmed that it does enact neighborhood-wide slowdowns to discourage what it calls, quote, excessive use, but didn't specify how many users it would take for this to happen. One Florida customer said he was warned about his data usage before Cox responded by slowing upload speeds on his gigabyte internet plan with unlimited data from 35 megabits per second to 10 megabits per second for the customer and all of his neighbors. The customer, identified as, quote, Mike by Ars Technica, pays $100 per month for gigabit service plus $50 for unlimited data so he can exceed the company's 1 terabyte data cap. Whoa, that is an insane amount of data use, man. So this is an extreme case. Back to the article. He uses 8 to 12 terabytes each month on device backups and, quote, data sharing via various encrypted information sharing protocols. Wow, that's some serious technical mumbo jumbo right there, which take place between 1 a.m. and 8 a.m. Mike said he's been a Cox customer for 4 years and that his data use has been relatively consistent during that time, but it wasn't until mid-May that the company contacted him about it. Cox contacted Mike via phone and email saying they needed to talk to him about his internet use. The company reportedly warned Mike that, quote, adjustments need to be made immediately, or else his service would be terminated. Then Cox told Mike in an email that, quote, we've adjusted our gigablast upload speeds in your neighborhood from 35 megabits per second to 10 megabits per second, now through July 15th, 2020. Cox, a company with 5.2 million broadband users across the US, didn't directly address questions from Ars Technica, asking why it couldn't handle Mike's overnight data usage. It did say that neighborhood-wide slowdowns and warnings to individual customers, quote, are two separate initiatives that could cross over in some cases. Cox said the change in Mike's neighborhood came because, quote, performance can be improved for all customers in the neighborhood. The company also defended the 10 megabits per second rate, saying, quote, 10 megabits per second is plenty of speed for the vast majority of customers to continue their regular activity and have a positive experience. All right, pause the article right there for a second. To me, that's just insane. They have literally changed the terms of service at the drop of a dime. Let's just imagine if we did the exact same thing to them. So imagine we decide that we only want to pay $30 per month because we don't actually use the service that much, and that we decided on our own that this is fair and should be a positive experience for the internet service provider. It sounds ridiculous, don't it, when we put ourselves in their shoes? I'm surprised that there hasn't been lawsuits about this. Now that I think about it, there probably has. That's a video for another time. Back to the article. Mike and others speculate that Cox is struggling to keep up with increased broadband traffic brought on by the pandemic. Cox, however, said, quote, "Network is performing very well overall. Mike's situation isn't typical. The average US household is not using 12 terabytes of data each month. However, for Cox to not provide a whole neighborhood of customers with what they were paying for because one person is using a lot of bandwidth, especially during a pandemic, doesn't sound like good customer service. I would also add that it's a breach of terms of service." One of the key takeaways of this article is that it is not always your fault when you experience buffering, and sometimes the reason for the throttling can happen because of multiple factors. Some laid out in the details of this article, others may be based on your personal usage and behavior and how you are utilizing the service. Maybe you set off some type of tripwire in their system by conducting excessive downloading. These are all the different factors that we have to take into account when our speeds suddenly slow down. That's all we got for you guys in this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you have learned anything in this video. Till next time.